Hello, I'm so excited to be here. I'm Tracy Ring, Accenture's Chief Data Officer and also Generative AI Head for the Life Sciences practice. I'm joined today by Manik Gupta, North America Chief Analytics and Insights Officer for Bayer Consumer Health. Hello, Manik.
Hello, good to see you. Thank you for having me.
If we stretch our thinking, what does this mean for the future of talent to have generative AI?
I think the Gen AI talent question is pretty complex and has many components. So maybe what I can do is talk through maybe a couple of components. So let's maybe talk about the component where we need talent to actually build Gen AI and make it work. Yeah. So I see the development engineering community continuing to evolve their frameworks and methods to solve different problems with greater speed. We need developers to focus on fine-tuning foundation models, especially open source. Uh, Hopefully, this is not going to surprise anyone, but I think eventually we're going to need LLM ops and prompt engineering talent. So while everyone can and will use prompting within Gen AI tools, we're doing it every day. Prompt engineers will be expected to bring more relevant data to the problem and drive greater contextual clarity within the limited context window of different LLMs. So obviously LLMs don't have context for perpetuity. So you have to really start to train an LLM to think about different types of context. Also, I think prompt engineering will get more nuanced with zero-shot prompting, few-shot prompting, generated knowledge prompting, and then I think there's this whole emerging reasoning set of techniques like chain of thought, tree of thought, reflection. So in essence, what I'm saying is we need talent to first build these solutions and make it work. Okay. Now, what happens to talent in the broader business? So, well, everyone in the broader business has to adopt these productivity enhancing tools or risk getting left behind. That's just one man's perspective. Uh, Talent in the broader business has to focus on the strategic imperatives of Gen AI. We have to develop use cases, drive productivity gains, and monetize LLMs. Look, I mean, I see the numbers in terms of gains, dollar values. I frankly don't believe everything I see. But eventually, for this to work, we do have to monetize LLMs. Okay. And in the end, I think from a talent standpoint, what this really means is a very strong partnership between the developer and business ecosystems. That's kind of a couple of angles on talent. This is likely a topic that we will be talking about for the foreseeable future, but just my high-level thoughts on it.
Yeah, I love that idea of the collaboration being something that we cannot refuse as we embark here. Thinking about, what would be your advice? Would you give someone who's either, new to the industry, keen to chart a career in this industry, thoughts or recommendations?
Yeah. So, uh, look, I think if you're new to the industry or to the data and analytics world, uh, I suspect the first thing is you have to start to think about where in this world do you want to play. There are so many career tracks right now within the data analytics world. So solution architecture, data engineering, data science, business intelligence, decision science, analytics translation. I'm sure I'm missing a few. Yeah. So there's obviously a choice one has to make in terms of how do you enter, okay, and where do you enter. Now, if you're early in your career, my recommendation is take the next 5 to 7 years to really gain experience in multiple areas to help you find your calling. Okay, so that's kind of when you're starting out, how you start out. Now, as you grow in your career, my recommendation would be continue to be very curious. Build your professional network, get deeply familiar with one or two industry verticals. Eventually, I think the best problem solving happens, when there is marriage between cutting edge data science and engineering and deep knowledge, deep intimate knowledge of a specific industry.
Mm.
Uh, I always encourage people to understand how businesses are run. You cannot solve problems if you don't know how organizations work, how businesses are run. Thirdly, stay informed of developments in your area of expertise. Everything changes very rapidly in our world. So we think, we have it. So keep learning, challenging yourself, sign up for harder assignments within your companies or wherever it is that you work. participate in hackathons, and these are available publicly as well. Take advantage of MOOCs. Many of them are available at no cost to the learner. And then lastly, I would say, look, own your career, advocate for yourself, share your story. I love to say, be the CEO of your career. Yeah, be the CMO of your career. As the CEO, you take charge. Yeah, you are ultimately accountable for the destiny of your career and the destination that you take your career to. And then as a CMO, market and advertise yourself as best as you possibly can.
I love that. I had asked you about people early in your career, but I'm so excited about the idea that this is transformative, irrespective of whether you're just out of college or if you have a C title. So excellent advice. I love that so much. Tell me just in one last question. How are you driving adoption of data and analytics services within your business, Manik?
Yeah. This is something I think about a lot. We serve every business unit and function in North America consumer health. It's clear to every member of my team that we succeed only when those we serve succeed. Hence, we're committed to relentless partnership and collaboration. And we do focus on things that matter to our internal clients. So the first thing is, work on things that matter, work on things in collaboration and partnership with the folks that you're serving. Now, we have a catalog of data-powered products and services that has been broadly shared, so our practitioners know what we do. They know who to contact, if they're interested in something we do. So, that allows us to drive a lot of awareness. You can't engage if you don't know what someone does. We run multiple training programs every year. Some are very targeted, some are very broad. We have office hours dedicated to specific topic areas or products. So, what we're doing is we're focusing on things that matter. We're driving awareness of what we do. We're collaborating with different functions, different business units to drive value for them. And look, the humble thing to say is we don't always get everything right. Yeah. So we stop work that doesn't add value. We scale work that does add value. And in the end, I'll say, we have a good bit of distance to cover as we lead the bionic transformation of our business, but I feel confident that we're on the right track. So that would be the most. It's a humbling experience every day. You get a lot right. You get a few things that are not right, and our commitment always is to fix things that we haven't gotten right in the first place.
Fantastic, really amazing advice, perspectives. You talked about patient centricity, internal customer centricity, focusing on your people, and collaboration. You were bold to make some predictions, and I hope we can talk again soon. Manik, this was outstanding, and hearing where you are, what you're aspiring to do. This was such a pleasure, and I know our audience will learn an enormous amount from your advice and the story from the great work you're doing at Bayer Consumer Health.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I hope this is adds some value to your listeners, and I'll be happy to be back, and we'll see if the things we're saying today, how they pan out. So we'll be excited to see, how this how the Gen AI journey in particular, pans out over the next, several quarters. So yeah, happy to come back at some point in time.
Let's
Thank
do it.
you.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.